Hey guys, welcome to another phenomenal video here in the Ark Survival Evolved Taming series, the Ark Taming series here on my YouTube. Today I am going to be tackling a modded creature that I have been kind of dreading doing just because I'm not a big fan of the Crystal Wyverns. But from Strange Creatures comes a Bright Crystal Wyvern, which is a hodgepodge of all the other Crystal Wyverns in one with a couple of extra added mechanics as well. I'm going to try to tame one. I'm going to show you guys what it does, what it doesn't do, and hopefully this will be quick and painless. But this is Ark, so probably not. Let's get into it. Okay, so disclaimer, very first thing I have to tell you guys is that this creature typically only spawns in the lunar biome or the space biomes on both Genesis maps. However, I am using simple spawners on my Ragnarok server, and I have mine set to spawn here in the snow area. So typically you would only find these wyverns in the lunar biomes on both Genesis Part 1 and Genesis Part 2. But you're going to tame them the same way either way. All right, so I do obviously have a binturong on my shoulder that's going to help them feed quicker. I also have a tech suit in case I fall off the Bright Crystal Wyvern. Now, if you do not want to tame them this way, you can of course also trap them and feed them that way inside of a trap. But I enjoy the adventure of taming these guys, and for some reason they seem to have disappeared. Okay, there's a 72. There's a 144 here that I want to tame. Alright, so there's the 144. So there are some things around here that are dangerous. There's lots of things around here that are dangerous. So make sure that if you don't have a tech suit, that you have a parachute on you. Very important. But we have all kinds of bad things in the area. The Bright Crystal Wyverns themselves are not, will not, they won't aggro on you, but the problem is there's lots of other things here that will. So we're going to get off of my Featherlight. And make sure you have element in your in your taming bar. If you don't have element, crystal, prime crystal, crystalline sulfur, and element will work. Okay, I am using element. So basically, just like any other crystal wyvern, you just want to try to get close to it and jump on its back. Alright, we have lots of wolves, and this guy decided off the mountain was the best place to go. Alright, now that it's flown completely away into a whole mess of other creatures that are going to aggro on me. Here we go. We're going to try to get onto its back. First, we're going to have to take out the... Alright. Now that we've cleared it again. So again, you just want to try to get onto its back just like a regular crystal wyvern. Just like that. Lay down. and then feed it. Oh wow, so it only took one for me to do it. Okay, so that's kind of dumb. I don't want that to happen, so we're going to do that a little bit differently. I didn't want to tame it immediately. But anyway, yeah, so that's how you would do it. Now, typically what would happen is if you were going in midair, I'm going to go back to my base and pick up some crystal so we can do this the long way. Because it should have taken four kibble there, and I don't know why it didn't. I mean, 4 element. So let's figure this out, because I do want to kind of show you guys how to do this. So we're going to grab some crystal from the base. We'll grab 100. Well, let's grab 300 just to be safe. Pull. We'll put the crystal in the hotbar. And then I'll fast forward when we are back to one of those creatures over yonder. Alright, so my taming rates on this server are 2.5 times, which is weird. The awesome spyglass is usually pretty accurate. So when it tells me 4 element, it usually is 4 element, or whatever it says. In this case, I went up and fed it 1, and it immediately tamed it, and that's not what we're looking for. I want to kind of show you guys, in case you're not familiar with Crystal Wyvern taming, on the coolest and most fun way of doing it. But now, of course, all the Crystal Wyverns don't seem to be here anymore. So perhaps they all died. Let me check. $25.36 essentially. So they are still here. They've just flown the coop. Alright, so there's one right there, level 72. So we're going to try to get up close with this one. There's another one there too. Alright. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of him. And then we're going to try to get on its back, just like earlier. It says it's going to take 27 crystals. So I'm not going to actually tame this one. I just kind of want to show you guys what I would normally do to tame one. Alright, so here it is. You've got to be joking me right now, bro. this is why it's best to try to trap them, but like it's hard to trap them too with them being a passive tame. But you can get them aggroed on you. Or you can try to get them stuck in trees. Here we go. Perhaps he will stay down long enough for me to get in position. I just went through his back. Alright, here we go. So we are on now. And we're going to feed. Okay, so I am going to call it and say that this is definitely bugged. So it definitely appears like the Bright Crystal Wyvern Taming is bugged. Because it should have taken 27 crystals there. I literally fed him once. But anyway. Anyhow, usually what happens is they will take off and then you just stay on their back, right? So let's see what they do. Obviously this is not a high level one, so I'm going to try to switch out to the one we just tamed. The higher level one, which we just got, the 215. And I will show you guys what it does, okay? So essentially, and one thing you have to understand is these creatures, again, are only found on Genesis and Genesis 2. I am using simple spawners to spawn them here on Ragnarok. So the left mouse button is just a bite attack, just like a normal wyvern attack, like so. Just a bite attack. And then the right mouse button is a claw attack, just again, very similar. I guess this is kind of different. Alright, so there's those two attacks. Now, the C button does a roar, as you can see. Let's see here. Hold and release left mouse button. So hold and release left mouse button does the blood wyvern attack. See? That's the left mouse button. Hold and release the right mouse button does the ember wyvern attack. Okay, that's cool, we're stuck. And then hold and release the C button will do the water attack from the tropical wyvern. Like so. Okay? Which is cool. So you get all three in the same wyvern. And if I ever get unstuck, it will get the buff from the water when you touch the water. See? It doesn't appear to be doing it though, does it? It's supposed to get a hydration boat. Hello? There it is. Okay, so you can see on the left-hand side in the awesome spyglass that it is getting the hydration bonus. Now, the cool thing about these wyverns, there's a couple of cool things, actually. The first thing that it's really cool is it is immune to radiation. So you can fly these in radiation zones. Most radiation zones are in caves, though. So your server would have to have flying in caves enabled, I think, for that. Let's see. It also, the claw attack, which is this one, will harvest most resources. Let's see. So there, you can see I just harvested rocks. There's trees. So that's pretty cool. So the wyvern will harvest rocks and trees together with its right mouse attack. And it has a weight reduction in its inventory to crystals. So like we can take these crystals from my hotbar. You will see over here that they are 10 pounds. Put them in here and they're only 1.3. All right. So it does reduce the inventory. It reduces the weight of crystal in its inventory, which is also plenty nice, right? Let's see, what else does it do? Using his roar, it will chance between their elemental breaths and projectiles. I'm not sure what that means. Its crystals will change color according to the breath attack. Let's see if that's true. Oh, wow, that's pretty dope. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Guys, I don't think the roar does anything, to be honest. You can also breed these wyverns like normal with eggs. So you can try to get better wyverns that way with mutations and things like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's essentially a crystal wyvern with all the other wyverns, all the other crystal wyverns attacks within the same creature. So that way you can just tame one of these, and you have all 3 crystal wyverns in one, which is pretty dope. I think it's a pretty cool creature that Strange Creatures has made here. Yeah, let me know what you think of the Bright Crystal Wyvern if you have one. Or if you have any suggestions on how better to get one. Or if I have missed anything as to its attacks or things like that. The Bright Crystal Wyvern from Strange Creatures. Here on Boston Chris Gaming. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, show it some love. Hit the like button. And of course you can subscribe to see more like this. And I will catch you down the road.